Yeah, you gotta think, none of these trees get watered, so the fact that a lot of them are still living is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it can sustain 2-3 more years of a drought. I think it'll
Well, the ecosystem will change, right?
crack into it. I hope so.
I mean, like, if it is a drought that lasts longer, then different plants will start to thrive.
Yeah, maybe.
It'll just be more desert.
Yeah.
You'll get more pepper trees or something.
So try to have a bend in your knees so that you don't flop flat-footed on your feet.
Okay.
So you kind of sit in your hip a little bit on the downhill. And then it's more gentle on your knees.
I was laughing today. I was thinking about Obamacare and asphalt
Um,
and how they're interrelated.
how's that?
Um,
Draw the parallelism for me.
so the city paves everything, and then I walk around on it my entire life and fuck
You
up
get bad knees.
my knees.
And then Obamacare has to take care of you.
Yeah. I thought it was a good joke, because if you remove the personal suffering, it's kind of funny.
Ironic more than funny.
I don't know the difference.
I don't really find humor in it, but irony in it.
Yeah. I like the dark silhouettes of the trees.
And the quiet of the crickets coming up. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
When I grew up and we went to the Kern River and I lived outside for basically all summer, the Kern River is chaparral, very dry.
Yeah.
And so this is very typical of what it would have been like.
I really like the fact that I mean, we're pretty lucky. It's basically the Mediterranean climate.
Yeah.
That's cool. Also, I thought about another thing today. I guess it's irony also, but like the fad diets of the.
Those are just sad.
Well, no, but you can see pictures of Oprah in your brain talking about Mediterranean diet, right?
Well, and then 3 months later she's fat again.
Well, yeah, but like but the point is, like, I have a fantasy of like Hollywood being interested in the Mediterranean diet, but then and then going out and, let's say, buying lots of like extra virgin olives,
Well,
because it's good for them.
oops, I'm losing my sight on this. The zone diet that
Right.
I like,
I like that too.
Jennifer Aniston, who is
Yeah, the celebrity.
that's what she's done for years.
Yeah.
And it's essentially a Mediterranean diet.
Yeah, it's
Oops,
like
careful,
it's okay.
you don't see the terrain very well right now.
The irony that I thought was that olive trees grow so well around here, and yet
We don't use them.
we don't use them, but we like the diet. Right?
Yeah, that is ironic.
It's funny.
I don't know that people know how to see food around them. They are used to going to the grocery store and getting food.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I think it's so important for kids in school to learn that you can get tomatoes off a vine and carrots from the ground, and because all they know is you go to the supermarket and you put them in a bag and then you put them in your cart.
My favorite thing about that.
Or me. I didn't know peppercorns came off a tree.
I want more, like, in the most vicious way possible. I want more like hallucinogens in like developmental education, and the reason I say that is I don't think carrots go far enough. I think what really started getting my brain on this interest was like the permaculture systems thinking, which is talking about like how to work within environmental systems in order to create like mutual benefit and this type of concept. But I don't see, like, a lot of times I think people just stop at like
Edible foods.
this is a carrot, I put it in the ground and I need to plant it again next year, and let's get some Miracle Grow or like whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like-
so without the chemicals, and how do we sustain it? And
Right, but
yeah,
I think there's a, if the carrot is a fundamental lesson, like what you're saying about the lesson, where do the tomatoes in the store come from? Like, what is the fundamental lesson that is about like tangential / semi-schizophrenic / like symbolic / like systems thinking?
so I have a question.
What?
Is that necessary for the entire populace, or is it necessary for the people who are suffering from that to be able to have that natural option?
Do you mean like, so I have a deficiency and therefore I need this extra coping mechanism, but in addition to this extra coping mechanism, what I'm also finding out is that there's like crazy good problem solving skills that I'm also able to have because of these system thinking, like,
I think so. I think that's what I'm saying.
right. So if I'm like a schizophrenic human and it's like, oh my gosh, I am having difficulty like organizing my brain or whatever, I need to make like really good really good abilities to connect thoughts and
What's-
look at larger pictures, like,
What's the minimal amount that you would need to use in order to do that and function? And that would be where you would need to be careful, because some people would say, well, if this much is good for me, maybe more is better.
right. But that's the thing is like, and I was just thinking about that in my brain, like I can't get enough of that stuff because it's like pursuing the mind of God.
Yeah,
So-
but that's a
But all of the great stuff comes from that. Like when I'm talking about all this like systems thinking solutions for water, or like systems thinking like solutions for food, or like all this other stuff, like this is all right. See, and then so that's all brilliant and that's all really useful.
and you think every brilliant thought is on the verge of schizophrenia.
Well, no, I think that, what do I think? I don't think that people use enough
Of their
like
brain.
systems thinking. I don't think they look at the whole picture enough.
Oh,
That then the problem that I'm experiencing personally is like I can zoom in on the whole picture and come up with these ideas or whatever, or I can grab a hold of it when other people are doing these ideas, but I don't follow through enough with like my own individual things in order to like really maximize on the value that I get from these insights. So,
so your solution would be what?
well, I need more discipline, but like
Yeah, so how do you get that? You don't get that through hallucinogens.
no, but what I was talking about is like early developmental, like why did it take me until my late 20s to discover systems-based ecology, like instead of like
Because that wasn't taught in school. That's what you're saying.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
versus
okay.
like this
Then
is
yes.
a carrot, you get a carrot from the store, it's planted in the
The
ground,
whole cycle.
right? So but like make your brain bigger.
Yeah.
Talking about, but like how do you do that for second graders and stuff like that? Like
Well, I
that's
think
what I'm
you
curious
can.
about.
You can draw a big picture. Well, that's why I don't think enough people understand the water cycle. And if they did, they would definitely have a different viewpoint of using water.
Yeah,
Like, there is only so much water on the earth.
yeah,
And it's either in liquid form or gas form.
right.
And it's either under the earth or on top of the earth. And that's the problem that I see with Vegas, because they say, it's okay, we have it from our natural wells.
Uh-huh.
So they're sucking all
Those
the
are
water
those are drying out, right?
from underneath the earth that eventually had a purpose somewhere else, because it was traveling underground to go somewhere else.
Right. Exactly, which is causing the depletion in another area. Which is
the
the
Grand
same.
Canyon and
The same thing is happening here. We're taking our water from somewhere else, and these other places are drying out. Like this.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
And then up in, we're getting negative again. But yes, I think that,
It's okay.
no, it's not.
Okay.
I think that education of systems
Yeah.
and how things are interrelated, interconnected, and dependent upon each other
Yeah.
is essential to sustainable life on Earth.
Right. And so this is what I want to
I
do.
agree. Here's an animal. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a person with it. Okay.
Yeah. I think Stella's gonna be fine if I'm able to like be a
Hi.
functional human.
All I saw was animal. I'm like, "But don't be a coyote, please.
Oh yeah, I know they're out here, huh?
Yeah.
'Cause she's got me as a dad, and I'm already like spacey. But if you look at, I guess so, it doesn't really matter. Like I wrapped around into the same thing again. Just focus on what I can affect and try to do a good job.
Right. And I think you have to be less judgmental on yourself. I think you're uber judgmental on yourself.
Yeah.
I think you have to start acknowledging the positives that you bring to your surrounding, to the world, to yourself. And in that, can start finding joy in your life. And in that, then you can emanate joy.
Right, because I won't be a bummer to be around.
Well, because you won't be a bummer because you're not bummed at yourself all the time and down on yourself all the time.
Right.
And then you will be a joy to be around other people because you will find joy instead of error and damage and hate. You know, if you're looking at what's wrong all the time.
Right.
So be that example of how you think things should be.
Yeah.
And be blessed. You know, count your blessings. What's good about today? Like right now, I get to spend this beautiful hike with my son before you go away for a while.
Yeah.
And what's good about tomorrow? You get to actually go home to Wisconsin where you might be able to focus, get caught up on your work, get back to your co-op.
Those are all good things.
Yeah. So I think it's a matter of practice. What is your practice? Is your practice to wake up in the morning and see how fucked everything is?
It's not going to be very constructive.
No, if for nothing. It won't be constructive for anything. Or is your practice to wake up... Oh, that was a bump. To wake up in the morning and say, what's positive about this morning? What can I be thankful for? Well, A, I'm thankful every day that I wake up. That's number one. I'm alive. B, if my body isn't hurting too much, that's a super thankful thing.
Right, because I can function and do stuff.
Right. And then C, I'm always grateful for my job because it enables me to go on these trips or to buy food or to
Pay rent.
do whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not, ooh, shit, I got to work today. It's, I'm thankful I have a job because I have a job. I can get money and I can take care of these other things. So it's a practice of a state of mind. And practice is exactly that. It has to be purposeful. You have to get up in the day and say, how am I going to practice looking at the day today? And I need to keep, am I going to practice by looking at all the shit and negative stuff? Or why don't I just keep it? Are you going out again tonight? Or am I going to practice by looking for what's good and what I can be thankful for? Because, I'll tell you what, just that whole training your mind to look for what you're thankful for. 5 things. What are you thankful for? 5. 5's not very many numbers. Or start with 3 if you can't find 5. That practice in itself changes what you're looking at in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And it has to be purposeful. You have to wake up in the morning and say, what am I thankful for? And if it's not immediately in the morning, a little bit into the day, because maybe your brain needs time to wake up. I don't know. But it has to be a purposeful practice.
Good journal.
Yeah. What am I thankful? Even in my most turmoil years, when I would write in my journal, I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for you bringing me through this, hard time in life. I'm thankful for, whatever. The family I have, the husband I have. Even when Joe and I don't get along, I still have Joe. I'm thankful for that. So I don't say what's going wrong right now. I say, what can I be grateful for? Oh, it's so hot.